Barry. Back to the rim, but the long rebound. Grabbed by Britt.
Perkins now on Jackson. He can rebound.
There's Hicks. And hits one from the floor.
And great.
Zags.
Monowski's got to become more active.
Perkins had that super hot hand in the first half. First shot of the second half. Barry to Hicks. And one. They're going to give him on the floor. And again, he has 4.
Little squeeze box play up the lane, and they close the door. Pretty good D there. Some guys call it the elevator. Little ISO.
5 to shoot.
Nobody really going to the rim.
Down to Hicks. Collins just in time.
And they got a violation by Bradley.
Pretty good. And Matthews took it away from it. Bradley stuffed. Follow up. And look who's coming through.
Jackson always busy.
Barry in no hurry. With 12 to shoot. Hicks wanted to drive on Williams. Puts it up. Oh, wow.
That's what you need from
up 6.
Well, they know Jackson's got length. Can stretch the D. Nice catch.
Hicks says, you know what? I'm not missing. Against UCLA.
And Jim, that's what you're going to see. Kentucky's going to push early if there's nothing there. They're going to milk that clock.
And on this side of the floor, this is where Kentucky has improved since their last matchup.
Oh, they beat them inside.
A testimony to the kids who don't play a whole lot of minutes, working hard at practice, and then teeing it up with the bigs.
An 11-4 run for the Cats.
Got to use Meeks. He's on the floor. He's fresh.
Over the top. Hicks.
Pretty low.
Up and in for the lead back to the heel.
Meeks to deny Weidman underneath. So we got him trapped under the ball. He can do that with that big body. That's why he's such a good offensive rebounder.
At the other end of Hicks. Travis on him. Hicks.
If they go in, best kept secret, a lot of guys passed on him, didn't get to see him out of high school. He is a talented performer.
All freshman team in the Big East.
Vincent, an excellent passer, can see things over the top.
Hicks cradles it, goes outside. Baldwin almost came away with it. Hicks dunks it down.
And no, come on. Move it side to side.
Baldwin, though, had a good first half. One of the bright spots for Butler. Off the mark with that one. And now Hicks.
How about that shot?
That was impressive.
They've guarded you well. How do you get untracked?
Well, I think you got to move without the basketball. Try to get something easy at the basket. Maybe get to the free throw line to get yourself going. But really credit Carolina doing a fantastic job guarding Martin.
You think the length, too? Really nice little inside pass. Pretty.
Hicks scores. Jalen Barford goes to the hole. And that is Meeks who clears the rebound. Underway here in the second half. Up ahead, there's Hicks with the throwdown. North Carolina down 3 with the ball.
Let me give one more scenario. Under Roy Williams, this North Carolina team has been the first seed. As you see, the one.
To let that be motivation for this season, and they come in as the top seed, and they will be ready to run and run often. And right away, an easy basket.
You're not supposed to win, so go out and shock the world. That needs to be your only thought, not about how much we're going to lose by.
Trey Jefferson misses the 3, and in transition, the heels go quick. Here's Hicks all the way in, and disrupted in there by Jones, and a whistle, score the basket. And Meeks back on the floor. Oh, soft touch, but can't get it to go. Offensive board, Hicks and uneasy.
Just the case on the last play. You have to just keep letting it fire if you're Texas Southern, but also be honest with yourself. Know the plays that you give up because you just couldn't do anything about it, and then the ones where you can do a lot more.
Benson, a great passer. Now the ball's moving well. Outside, inside, back out. You in a lot of different ways and cover you in a lot of different matchups. Three-pointer no good from the corner by McLeod.
And that's why they must keep their focus, because sometimes you can get bored with your skill.
Originally set for Greensboro, North Carolina, but we're here in Greenville after the NCAA removed tournament games from the state. There's Lofton who gives it up in the corner. Three-pointer no good by Walker. And Meeks just cleaning it up. He's got 6 rebounds. May has 6 rebounds as well. Matter of fact, there are 4 Tar Heels with 6 rebounds at this point. Hicks inside. Wow, from behind the back.
Return for Carolina. Kennedy Meeks is 5 for 5. 10 points already in this game.
Back to the 2-3 zone. Giles in the middle.
Hicks rattles it home from the baseline.
Big, but he's not played many minutes this season.
Hicks muscles his way by Tatum.
North Carolina was hesitating to put up a perimeter jumper even when they were open.
Allen misses the 3. Numbers for Carolina. Pinson to Hicks. For 30.
Good job by Pinson to come back after Emil Jefferson made it difficult for Nate Britt to catch it.
We've got some mismatches after some switches. Right now, Jackson, a guard, is on Meeks. He'll kick it to Britt, who's got Tatum on him. Bounce pass inside to Hicks for another bucket.
And back there, I don't know where the foul was.
Maybe a little push to nudge Bradley out of bounds as he was going after the loose ball.
Very little. That's what I'm talking about. Let the guys rebound.
Back door to Hicks.
And what a first play back when the league was 8 teams and then play again in the ACC tournament.
Hicks.
He goes to a high ball screen. They didn't run it up by the top of the key. They ran it out more toward half court. And that gets a big guy out of the lane where he cannot recover. And then Miami can attack the basket off the dribble.
Do you expect Miami to put Carolina's bigs in ball screens as much as they can as Hicks time?
You've got to deal with their cross screens down low. You've got to deal with a whole bunch of stuff. But you got to just play hard primarily and attack. Good pass.
Hicks with a slam.
Well, North Carolina, that's part of their
timeout. He said UNC's ball pressure has been really good. It's led to the 9 turnovers for Miami, but they just have to continue to attack and look to kick it out.
And Carolina getting down the court in is a 1 seed no matter what happens this week for them.
I do. I mean, I don't think they can lose this game and expect to hold to 1, but it also depends on what everybody else does. And there's the North Carolina secondary break there. But you have to pass away from the defense. You're not throwing it to the offense. You're passing away from the defense.
Over the top, Barry to Hicks.
That's that wing.
Carolina as good a rebounding team as there is in the country as Emil Jefferson banks one home.
Well, Carolina missing some chippies inside. Duke able to get out in transition.
Hicks with deep position lays it in.
It was just a quick shot. I don't think he meant to bank that in, but it still counts.
Hicks trying to take advantage of his size against
and kisses it off the glass. He is really dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Grayson Allen called for his first foul.
Little mismatch here. Surprised Barry didn't try to drive Emil Jefferson.
Hicks may try to back down Kennard. And he does. Spins and Barry always in attack mode. Hicks with another opportunity. He'll let number of players on the floor have 2 fouls. And we'll see if anybody were to pick up an early 3rd foul in this half, how that would impact their playing time. Hicks, one of the guys with 2. Up and in. Off a drive and a finish.
Boy, his speed, he is so dynamic. As soon as he cuts, he explodes into that cut.
Hicks alone for a moment.
Much of in this game from 3.
Tatum driving again. Can't get it to go. Jackson, what a pass!
Hicks with the first.
Inverted point guard. Young going hard to the basket. Kennedy meets with the excellent defensive play. Tar Heels trying to force the tempo. Hicks working against Artis. Excellent move inside. Berry chases down his miss. Reset for the Tar Heels. Hicks against Jones. Looks like a mismatch. He gets the roll. And a bounds. Nearing the 3-minute mark in regulation. Pinson spots Hicks. High-low basketball.
Against Arizona, lost Ben Carter and Gavin Schilling, and that has really negatively. It's a great slip. Wow. But their Elite Eight good.
Parentis. Second air ball of the night for London Parentis. And Virginia is 0 for 12 from three-point range.
There it is.
All right, John, thank you. Well, Arizona having a great season. I mean, they got Trier back. They got healthy. Hicks. Talk about Archie Miller. You think there's any chance of that?
I do not. He's got a better job right now at Dayton.
What makes the NC State job tough at the current moment?
Because the league is really tough. It is.
Hicks and Abu get us going. Les Jones, James Breeden, Bert Smith are the officials, and the Tar Heels get the opening possession.
And NC State opens in the man-to-man, Wes, and you mentioned they're starting a different lineup, and it's a smaller lineup. How is Maverick Rowan going to handle this guy inside?
Hicks turns, and it's 2-0 for Jackson. And an offensive rebound. Isaiah Hicks steps through, scores, and draws.
For the game. No matter what happens, they got to keep fighting.
Well, State was able to trim that 17-point deficit down to, 6? At one point before Carolina got the threes going to the locker room and pushed it back to the 14-point margin we've got now.
Well, North Carolina's going to score, you know that. So just because they get back up on you, you can't give up. You got to
shooter knocked down to 3. Free throw line, we know how good they are, even though lately they've slipped a little bit.
Yeah, they have. They've slipped to number 2 in the country, but barely behind Valpo. Oh, nice move there by Hicks.
Bench comes out of California. We're going to have a good game here. There's no doubt about it. These are two quality teams.
Hicks with a spin. Look at the athleticism there. Roy Williams averaging 28 wins a year in his Hall of Fame career.
That's pretty good. 28 a year. Wow. You don't go to television with those kind of numbers. No. You stay on the side.
Is that why you're next to me? You didn't quite get to the 28 a year.
I didn't have 28 a year.
Hicks, nice touch.
He did get thumped on the glass. I think it was something like 54 to 29. It was complete domination. That Florida team's a very good team. You and I saw them a week earlier, and we're impressed. Mike White's done a terrific job getting them to play as a unit. Casey Hill was great. They shut down Monk.
Hicks driving in and banks in 2 and a 5.
Taylor team, East Weber's club. Hey, let's not forget Purdue going on the road, beating an outstanding Maryland team. Swanigan, to me, has to be one of the 5 best players in the country if you're picking an All-American team.
Great year. And Hicks rolls in for 2.
Irish down to 7, baby.
They're showing some real toughness, and a block by Colson. Deflected it right inside, and Hicks strikes.
Nate Britt has come into the game for Joel Berry. He's not for Berry, but he's back in the game. And there's a jump shot for Isaiah Hicks. Carolina Medicine.
All right, so we talked about this building. I mean, the brand it is. Well, when you're an opponent and you've been struggling, guess what you sometimes need? To play in a building like this, because your focus becomes laser sharp, and that's what Pittsburgh has been able to do so far in this game.
Great pass and a flush for Hicks.
Factor has been big this year for North Carolina, for Pittsburgh. And he's been a guy that is just so competitive, has such a belief, and wants to will his team to victory.
Every player on the floor for Pittsburgh, 6'5" now with Wilson out there, are taller. They don't play with the 6'10", 6'11", but they're long. And the defense tonight has proven that. Another basket on fire. Yep, great ball movement. 13 now for Cameron Johnson. He leads the way for Pittsburgh. And it's back to a 3-point advantage for Carolina. They've done a really good job moving the ball around the defense. Good job that time getting it inside. Isaiah does feel like Jackson has moved forward as quick as anybody in college basketball to this point.
I agree with you.
Turnover, bullet pass. That's a great catch by Isaiah Hicks. Time. Tony Bradley back into the game. It's been relatively quiet tonight. What a take, Isaiah Hicks. How strong.
72.6 points per game. Compare that to North Carolina. They put up nearly 90 points per game.
They got a run of 85s plus, don't they?
7 in a row. First time in school history, 7 straight in ACC play.
He does
the
that
turnaround,
well.
silky smooth.
Roy Williams got subs in, but they can't get him in. He can shoot it, but he needs time.
Missed it short. Izundu couldn't grab it. North Carolina doesn't mind playing at this pace, but Miami has been comfortable. North Carolina has missed its last 11 shots from the field.
You're right, Barry. They're pushing the ball down before the defense gets set, getting with exactly what they want.
Right now, North Carolina's just looking for an open look.
Hicks with a good cut and finish.
Made it look easy, Isaiah.
He can roam a little bit. Pay attention to detail.
The 6th block of the day for Miami.
Look at the hands, too. Make a nice look. Twice that's happened. No cover.
Rosenblum. Wow, all kind of Tar Heels in attendance tonight.
Good dish and a foul. Do it himself.
He recently passed Vince Carter on the all-time scoring list. Justin Jackson is having himself a career.
Hicks wants a little piece of the action, and he does.
Jackson. Up ahead, Kenny Williams. Hicks comes flying in, dominates the glass. This season with the halftime lead, 15-1 for the Heels. Kenny Williams on the drive, and the tap is up and good. Hicks higher than everyone else. 8 points for Kai Bowman. He's already scored 30 or more twice this season. That included the win at home against Syracuse, Mike.
And only the 4th turnover for BC in the half, which is what's keeping them in this game.
That's Hicks in range.
Put any pressure on him.
Second 3 of the game for Robinson. This is Hicks. North Carolina.
I think this North Carolina team is better defensively this year than they were last year, and they went all the way to the title game. Great pass.
And the dunk by Isaiah Hicks.
That's why they've done that for years. You cannot take the ball there, and you cannot pick up your dribble. Underneath, Hicks dunks it off the screen, and Jackson shooting over 40% from 3 on the year, averaging about 18 a game. Isaiah Hicks mind to find Andrew White, and then set a little screen for him.
First points for White. He's the Syracuse leading scorer for the year, just under 16 points per game.
Andrew White, this is his 3rd school. Yes, he started off at Kansas, then went to Nebraska. Now wound up at Syracuse. And as I mentioned before, when the ball goes into the middle, they fan out to 3-point shooters.
Britt the steal, the bad pass, and then good effort by Gillen to get back, but it wound up with Hicks. Isaiah Hicks.
Sean, I don't know if you noticed, but there was a technical problem on that cut-in by Carl and Seth. Seth Greenberg's mic was working.
Gave me confidence, and that's one of the reasons why he loves coaching young people, the chance to instill some of those same things in those who need a little guidance and direction.
You give up that many easy baskets and points in the paint, you just got no shot.
15-1. FSU in the black. North Carolina wins the opening tip, and we are underway. High bounce here for Isaiah Hicks, comes in averaging 12 points per game. He needs to stay out of foul trouble. Could be a big key today.
Really could be a big key. When you talk about Hicks, you talk about certainly Meeks. With the loss of Bradley, they need some bigs, and they better stay on the floor.
But 6'11" freshman Tony Bradley out with a concussion. A little bump there, but Hicks bumps him off. And one of the 2 7-footers will see regular minutes today for the Seminoles.
You know, Ojo gets that deuce after a timeout. That was an excellent timeout.
Look at Hicks sailing down the lane. Picked up his first foul moments ago. Here's Woods. He can't finish, but Hicks does. He's been foul trouble on both sides.
Except the advantage would go when you took up a foul trouble. Yeah, 3 in a row he's bricked. 3 in a row. Right now, an edge goes to Florida State in terms of bench. They got a bench that's very experienced.
It's an over the top for Hicks. Day again when North Carolina has really needed him. Isaac deep from the corner. Can't hit it. And May is there. And a man out in front. It'll be Hicks.
Here we go. Kansas City.
Dribble drive attack is just with the way that North Carolina converges to the basketball. Once you hit the painted area, you got to think pass. That's a very difficult shot to make over 2 guys.
There's the alley-oop. Mittiglu was caught out top, but as a result.
On the inside, and Michael Ojo, who's just a freak of nature, at 7 feet tall and 300 pounds.
Kumajay's another 7-footer they got there. And Terrence Mann as well.
Yes.
They play with a little edge, does Florida State.
Nice. John Collins over there on the bench.
8 seconds in, Collins picks up his 3rd foul. Big problems and a little fadeaway. 5 teams here at Wake. They are 1-21.
Tell you what, this 2-3 zone's been really good, but Carolina got to keep it simple. Just throw it inside to the ACC area, but you got to get a playmaker there. I'd like to see a guy like a Justin Jackson or someone, or they got to get it inside.
Tough shot. Good defense by Childress. We got a 2-point ball game.
They've gone back to this 2-3 zone, folks, and again, the short corner is what's available, and they got to get the dive. I'd like to see Carolina put Justin Jackson there because it helps when you have a playmaker. What a skill.
Yeah, they've done that twice. Great. Led to an 11-0 Clemson run. They haven't trailed since. Oh, followed by Hicks.
And playmaking for his teammates.
Mitchell in a mismatch. Can't get it from the perimeter. Neither can Jete on the tip. City Jete scoreless through a half tonight for Clemson. Here's Hicks working on Jete. Try to step through, and through traffic rolls it home.
You know, it's with everything else you got to do offensively.
Well, I think, you know, to have a chance with a team like Alabama, you've got to find every
work by those two, and Josh Okogie's got 9.
Might find himself a diamond in the rough.
Teams lost twice, both on neutral courts. One in a game that they admittedly did not play well against Indiana, and one epic game, maybe the game of the year in college basketball to this point, against Kentucky.
When was the last time that you saw 2 teams over 100 points in a game?
It's rare. You're right.
Right now, Virginia Tech taking care of business against Duke.
Yeah. And for Georgia Tech, the cavalry is coming through recruiting already for Pasner with next year's class. Hicks a fall away. He rattles that one home.
Basketball season so far.
No one saw this coming. Williams on the wing. It's just not there. And there's a putback.
Robinson, smallest guy on the court, but he produced. There were some academic issues coming out of high school, and King Rice told him, if you get your grades in order, as Isaiah Hicks.
Offensive rebounds already for Monmouth on the first possession of the second half. Unable to score, But I'm sure that's not something Roy Williams is happy about, is seeing his team come out and give up 2 offensive boards early.
Kenny Williams kicks it out. Hicks right by Brady, who's playing.
Top candidates, in my opinion.
Diego Quinn with the putback. So even though King Rice, and he's had great success at Monmouth, helping to get that program back on track, nearly getting them to the tournament.
Make a difference for them. It's already made a difference in the non-conference schedule, which is what kept them out of the NCAA tournament last year. If they can repeat what they did in the ACC when they were playing at Bon Secours in Greenville last year, and they do the same thing at Littlejohn, where they were able to beat 4 ranked teams last year at home, you will see Clemson in the NCAA tournament as well.
Hicks outstanding defensive plays. Seaborn, quick release, not there. And the rebound to Carolina and Hicks. Berry still does not have a field goal tonight. Does have 6 points, all from the charity stripe.
And they haven't needed him to shoot the basketball because of what Justin Jackson did in the first half and what their bigs continue to do.
With Wichita State, both expected to vie for supremacy in that conference.
As usual. Illinois State also picked at the top of the league.
Here's Jackson in the corner, coming up 34 against Kentucky and wriggling free inside.
Yeah, I like this kid. He redshirted a year ago, former player of the year in the state of Iowa, and he's got toughness, grit, and he can make shots.
And I know you're with me because you're old enough. When you hear Haldeman, you think, where's Ehrlichman?
Exactly.
Oh, great move again inside.
A guy that he has to get going come conference play.
It pulls up, can't drain it. Big rebound, Hicks, a dribble down. He cashes in.
North Carolina, when those initial allegations came out, and I'm confused by the NCAA. They seem like they're running in circles right now. Nice steal right there.
Barry comes up with it. Off to Williams. Over the top. He wanted to dunk there and eventually does. The basketball.
Without a doubt.
Great fun. That one around and out. Off target by McLeod. There's only 2 for 21 beyond the 3-point line for the year.
Nice.
Oh, slam by Hicks.
We'll blow your horn.
On a drive and through traffic. Hicks. Kentucky had 8 offensive rebounds to only 5 for UNC, so that's something else they got to do a better job on.
Nice entry pass in on the baseline and a turnaround jumper by Hicks. And they can't elevate with him either.
No, they can't, and then you got to lock in on the wing with a Monk. Nice pass.
Inside, Hicks got it. And he drills it just inside the 3-point line.
If one doesn't get you, the other does.
Entry down to Hicks again. He's going to spin the other way.
Now they get some
higher game, and he doesn't look
at all.
Doesn't look tired.
Slight of frame.
Hicks needs some help. He picked up his dribble. Gets it back.
Turnaround jumper. It's fadeaway.
Wow, tough shot.
That was.
Hey, you know, we don't have Joel Berry, point guard who's played as well as any point guard in the country. But they've got other really good players out there. And that was not a vintage performance by North Carolina in the first half.
Isaiah Hicks on the baseline.
Los Angeles unbeaten. You have to go back to the Bob Boyd, John Wooden years for that.
And a foul by Isaiah.
That is ridiculous. Very what a lob. Very Steph Curry-like.
Get the call.
Tell you what, North Carolina's defense has done a tremendous job of taking away open looks from Davidson. And so any of the looks that they've gotten from 3 have been challenged looks. That's a good thing for Carolina.
Hicks, deep jumper is good. Largest lead extended. Gibbs doesn't get the roll. Beats with the outlet to Jackson.
Got numbers.
Jackson gives it up. Flying to the goal, Isaiah Hicks. Hicks got caught in midair. Sets up White. Crowd was hoping that one would go down. Instead, the long rebound to 7th Woods.
Nice pass.
Big to big. Nice find. Kennedy Meeks to Isaiah Hicks.
Clock winds down, and Hicks drops it for 2.
This team has 10 guys that'll play. Only 1 player in double figures, but they're all between 5 and 10 points.
Move inside, and the response bucket for Brandon Robinson has come in for North Carolina. Where's number 14?
Hicks on the interior.
Post-up.
Collins only been to the free throw line 11 times this season. Couldn't finish off that three-point play. Here's Jackson. Through the defense, gave it off, and the layup by Isaiah. Radford now into double figures for Radford with 11 points. And they're trying to amp up the pressure a little bit. Hicks driving strong to the basket, and he'll roll it in.
So Indiana's turned it over now 13 times.
That was a concern of Tom Crean, but they're not turning it over for layups, and that's a positive.
Because North Carolina can do that with a quick strike offense.
Yep.
We have not seen a lot of it, though, tonight. Williams kicking on the baseline. Hicks, nice reverse.
Nice move by Hicks on the baseline. Big play by Indiana.
Morgan squares up, can't bank it in. Blanca tied up, taken away by North Carolina.
You know, if you're North Carolina now, you want to get down to the last 5 minutes. You want to be able to cut this deficit in single digits.
Alex Ilikainen, a 6'9" sophomore from Grand Rapids, has checked into the game now for Wisconsin. He takes the place of Vito Brown. Hicks on the block. Baseline turnaround will go 4-0.
His arms up, and he's going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Boy, that's a tough drive. Tough look there for Iverson. Can't get it to go. And back comes Grit for the Tar Heels. Woods off to Hicks. Hicks pulls up to the foul line and buries it.
Well, how about Showalter posting up?
The 6'3" senior, Zach Showalter with a bucket to bring Wisconsin back within 7.
You've really got to be alert when you're passing anywhere around Ethan Happ, because he is very active and very smart defensively.
Hicks with a long jumper. Ready here in the first minute 15 or so of the second half.
See if North Carolina can get the ball inside. It is difficult to get it inside against Happ. You've got to come back as a big guy. You better come back to a post pass. They've thrown away a couple trying to get it to him.
Nice catch by Hicks. The assist to Iverson. Up and under, can't finish, and another rebound for Meeks.
Well, how about Barry and Britt inside playing tough, even though they're smaller?
Hicks, yes.
Really good pass.
Just 2 to shoot. There it is. Hicks the catch and the finish. Jackson, a little bit of space. Tip back up and in.
It's 5 of those on the offensive end. He averages double figures and is the top freshman rebounder in the Atlantic Coast Conference. When he catches the ball, he doesn't bring it down. He keeps that thing high. And that's something you spend a lot of time teaching big guys, and he seems to have it almost naturally.
On the season, Bradley's got 39 rebounds. 24 are at the offensive end.
And foul you out. And I think that's what this team is capable of. This team's not as good as that 09 team. That was a truly great basketball team. But, boy, this group is solid in every area.
Coming over and telling us it was just the Carolina player. It's just Williams who has to come out because the Oklahoma State trainer did not come out onto the court. So Evans still in the game.
Nice.
Great slip there by Carolina. Scored 104 last night against Chaminade. They've already got 80 just past the midway point of the second half here against Oklahoma State. Make it 82. Averett with a burst of speed at the other end.
Yeah, Juwan Evans is a better scorer than Barry, but in other areas of the game, I think the better defender is Barry.
I mean,
it looks like Chaminade's going to be bringing a second defender to try to disrupt things. And sometimes that defender will come post to post. There's some teams that try to double off the passer and then rotate.
They're giving up a lot of size in the front court, both against Hicks and Meeks. Shastry and Kawani, number 15. Or Chaminade, just not as big, not as strong as the Carolina front court players. And there's Hicks with it.
They've just gotten better and better in his time in North Carolina.
And now a turnover. Here comes Williams.
4 on 2.
Hicks will finish. before all 3 years, and certainly hopes are extremely high in Chapel Hill for a deep postseason run this year for the Heels.
In 2005, they lost right before an assistant, and so was Dave Odom.
Wow. Who is sitting to our right now, the tournament chair.
Tournament director. Yep. That was a great Virginia team. They're ranked #1. You're right about Ralph Sampson. I was a freshman back then, so I played against him, and I did a really good job defensively on him. Pittsburgh's the only team with 2 all ACC players returning, and they're picked 12th in the league. I mean, that's how strong this league is and how talented it is.
2 more among the Power 5, among the power conferences. The Big 12 would be the exception, right? They still play a true round robin.
They play a true round robin, and I think one league that is underrated this year, I would say underrated, is the Big East. I'll tell you what, Creighton is really good, and obviously Villanova's the defending national champions. How are you going to stop that? You better be a scramble and left open. Kieran Shastry, that guy shoots it deep. His coach said he's got the green light. He's got more than one green light. Apparently he's got a number of green lights going down the highway.
Over the top for Hicks. And again, we talked about Eric Bovaert.
He won several, I think he won 2 national championships in his three years. Was first team All-America 3 times. All that stuff. I mean, I was second team All-ACC tournament 1 year, and that was a heck of a year in the league, by the way.
He scored 42 in a game in Italy.
In Italy. I'm glad you heard that.
Yeah. And in one of those national championship games, as Hicks slams it home.
It's either one or 2 ways here for Hawaii. They make another run, make this thing interesting.
Come on, Reef. The fuck is that?
Staff has been asking for Kennedy Meeks to be more explosive. He was explosive there on that defensive possession, getting a key block.
Career high 15 rebounds in the season opening win. Down low, and there's Hicks. As Jones connects, he has 5 points. The lead is now 3 for the Mocs. Barry looking for Hicks. Down low, back to the basket and off the glass. Against Hicks. A nice defense by Isaiah Hicks. Running the floor with the finish. Chapman. Most of the shots Chattanooga's got to make.
Chapman's getting good looks at the rim as well as from the distance, but when you miss.
Second game of the season for both teams. Rose Cook an errant shot, way off the mark. Joel Berry directing traffic, will send it down low. Hicks shuffled the feet, gets away with it, and the basket.